Oh man, what did we see last night? Hey yo, what did we learn last night? Last night we had a lot of sports going on. We had boxing, we had basketball, we had MMA. It was lit last night, yo. What a Saturday in the world of sports, man. If you're into sports, you had plenty of watch. You couldn't have had enough tabs open last night if you're like me. I had about 5 or 6 tabs open last night, man. We're going to talk about the Heat Celtics, of course. Numero uno, Heat Celtics blowout. It was a blowout. I don't care how close the final score was. It was another blowout in the 2022 playoffs. We had Jamel Herring fighting. Wasn't the show fight that we wanted to see, but you know, it was a good fight nonetheless. It was a good fight. Holly Holm fought last night. We also had the main event, David Benavidez versus Lemieux. A lot of events last night going on. You know, obviously baseball's going on every night. The pay-per-views were on, so you know, a lot of my attention went towards those because I feel like when it comes to pro sports, the stuff that the sports like boxing and MMA, you got to be there when it happens. You have to be like in the moment with those sports. With basketball, you know, you can kind of dip in and out. You know, if it's a 20-point game, I don't need to see every second per se. You know, so I pay more attention to the big boxing match or the big MMA fight, and then the basketball game I can kind of dip and dive, and then once the fourth quarter hits, you can really get into it. Because all the other nights I'm pretty much all basketball. You know, that's the main sport going on right now, so that's pretty much the main focus until football starts back. Big slate of games last night, big slate of events last night. Wonderful night in the world of sports. If you stayed home last night, you weren't bored. So let's get into it, man. Holla at me, hit that subscribe button, yo. Let's get into it. Now, I'm not gonna hold y'all. When I tuned into the game, the Heat were up 24-7, man. It was a damn football game from the start. So the Heat came out blasting. I did get to go back and watch the beginning to see how it transpired. And the Heat just came out with more energy. That's the key to the playoffs. A lot of these younger guys, younger teams, you know, they're used to the regular season where, you know, you can play a game hard, play 2 games hard, then you take a few games off. You know, you can come in not halfway locked in. You can come in and get rolling in the second, third quarter. A lot of these teams haven't built up that playoff intensity, consistency that you see from championship teams. So the Celtics, you saw it last night. You just want to have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown on in the same game, man. I don't know what it is, but Jaylen Brown drops 40, Jason Tatum has 9. Jason Tatum drops 40, Jaylen Brown has 18. You know what I mean? You need both of these guys. Like I said a few videos ago, bro, you need them on that KD Westbrook level for them to pull this off, man, because the Heat uses their whole team. They use the whole court. They use body movement, player movement, ball movement. You know, they're a dynamic team where a Bam Adebayo can give you 31, 10, and 6 on any given night. A Jimmy Butler can give you a 30-point triple-double on any given night. I still have faith that Kyle Lowry can give you 20 and 10 on any given night. You got a Tyler Hero who can drop 30 on any given night. You got a Max Strus who can give you 20 points and play excellent on defense. This team is built for these moments, man. This team is built for these moments. They're built for a series because they have different ways of getting it done. And that's not even to get into the coaching scheme, the actual game plan that plays a major part in the playoffs of how your team goes about the game and who comes out victorious. So this was a big show for the Celtics. And Celtics fans, you got to be concerned at this point because guys didn't look good last night. I saw Marcus Smart fall from the Raptors. Marcus Smart fall from the Raptors, land sideways on his ankle. I saw Marcus Smart fall from the Raptors and land sideways on his ankle, man. Went back to the locker room, came back out, and continued playing. He continued playing, but you got to be concerned about that because it's just no way around. I don't care what they shot up in his ankle to get him to finish that game. There's no way he was walking on that ankle this morning. There's just no freaking way, bro. Anybody that saw that Marcus Smart injury, man, they're like, yo, what the hell did they put in his ankle to get him to be able to go back out and play? He couldn't walk on it. He couldn't put any pressure on it. Couldn't put any weight on it. I'm like, bruh, when I saw him come back out, that was like LeBron-esque. The man went to the locker room, came back out fine. Jason Tatum hurt his shoulder going for a loose ball. It looked like his shoulder was dislocated. He goes to the locker room. He comes back out and can continue playing. After, you know, basically walking slowly off the court, looking like his shoulder was dislocated. He comes back out and he's playing. One of my things is, you know, players get hurt, players get injured. But if you go to the locker room, you come back out, you decide to get back on the court, we need more than 9 points from you, bro. That's just the reality of it. If you're going to play through injury, you still got to produce. And you didn't get anything from Jason Tatum. Not the whole second half. Nothing, man. So you wonder what's going on with them, because this just a round ago, this team seemed impenetrable. You know what I mean? They seemed like, you know, they took out KD and Kyrie. They took out Giannis and the Bucks. No Chris Middleton, but they took out Giannis and the Bucks. And you expected them to have more, I don't know, focus towards what they're doing. And I don't know, man. I'm kind of torn about this team, because I somehow feel like they play better without Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart has become a ball-dominant, three-point attempt guy. He attempts a lot of threes. He attempts a lot of dangerous passes. He brings a lot of distractions to the game. He brings a lot of great stuff to the game, but he also brings a lot of the poo-poo to the game that, you know what I mean, that I feel like the Celtics wouldn't be dealing with if he wasn't on the court. And when he's not on the court, it's like they're strictly focused on basketball. No antics, no like extra cheesy stuff to get over on the refs. They just play straight up ball, and they're more locked in. Do they have another individual defensive player when Marcus Smart is playing? Hell yeah, they do. He's a grade A defensive player. But at what cost, man? At what cost? Rhythm of the game, pace of the game, flow of the game. You have a Marcus Smart who came into the league as a two guard, came into the league as a shooting guard, really played shooting guard in college at Oklahoma State, just jacked up shots all over the place at Oklahoma State. Didn't play much there, came to the league as a two guard, wasn't seen as a floor general. Now the Celtics are trying to force him into playing point guard, and man, that hasn't been the answer for years, man. They went and got Dennis Schroeder, who is, you know, a similar type of player, a shoot first, doesn't understand like how to get the team involved in these type of situations, and that's what you need. I mean, I hate to say it, but this might have to be a learning experience for a Marcus Smart at point guard, you know, for them to get over now another hump. The Heat and Celtics, they should be battling for the East for the foreseeable future, man. They're both teams built up with young players and a good system. So I said that both these teams would split home games and the series would start. So, you know, now we have a series, and I feel like the pressure is on Boston to figure this out, because you went from Jimmy Butler didn't even play the second half. That's a whole nother video I need to make. I don't know what the hell was going on last night. Guys were getting hurt, and in the midst of it, Jimmy Butler never came out of the locker room because his knee was swelling up. Do we have proof his knee was swelling up? We don't. I'm going to say this. All of these injuries are going to play a major factor into who wins this next game, because I don't know what's going on. Marcus Smart looked like he fractured his damn ankle, and then he finished the rest of the game looking normal. And then Jason Tatum gets hurt. He comes back out and plays. How hurt is he? Jimmy Butler, we don't know what the hell is going on with Jimmy Butler. Kyle Lowry just came back. Jimmy Butler's already out of there. So every single playoffs, Jimmy Butler gets hurt, bro. I'm so over it, man. I'm so over it. Last year, the excuse was he was worn down and beaten down. I ain't trying to hear it this year. This man has one of the easiest teams to play on and has to expend like a less amount of energy, because he has other guys doing what he does too. He has other guys playing defense. He has other guys rebounding, other guys getting steals. They set an NBA record for steals in the play. 19 steals, bro. How do you, first of all, they just had 19 steals. How many turnovers did the Celtics have last night, bro? They had to have over 20 turnovers. That shit is ridiculous, bro. That falls back on the coaching, and I gave Udoka a lot of credit. I listed him as a championship level coach, and he is. But you got to have your team. Come on, bro. How you have over 20 turnovers, man? How you let a team steal the ball 19 times, man? Like, come on, bro.